All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to get into today is, if you want to get jacked, shut up and work out, or shut up and lift weights is what I should say. Now, I'm not here to say that everybody has to lift weights to get jacked. If you're, naturally gifted, genetically, you may already be big, naturally strong. Someone like, say, Herschel Walker, for instance. I don't know if he lifted a lot of weights or not, but his kind of thing was doing a lot of push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, and things in that nature. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say he wasn't the guy who was like a gym rat, say, for instance. But most people are not Herschel Walker. And, one thing that I learned throughout my life, if you want to get big and strong, you're going to have to push yourself a lot of times to places you've never been before physically. What worked for me is lifting weights. For many, many years, I played a lot of different type of sports, which included a lot of even physical activities like, say, wrestling or boxing, things in that nature, which, don't get me wrong, put me in great shape, helped build muscle, but not necessarily a lot of muscle mass. As much as I was building, I was kind of burning off at the same time, if that makes sense. And, one of the questions I get asked all the time is, how did you get jacked? How did you hold your mass, especially at your age in your 50s? And the truth is, I just keep lifting weights. It's not that complicated. If you want to get strong, you'll want to build muscle mass. Most likely, if you lift weights, you're going to have gains. If you've read any magazines throughout your life, watched anything on YouTube, look on Instagram, guys, most likely that are jacked, for the most part, lift weights. Not only do they lift weights, they lift heavy weights. They work out for many, many years as well. Consistency, right, is the key a lot of times too. It's not like somebody who wants to work out for 2-3 months, you start lifting weights, and then you quit for 3 or 4 months. So a lot of your gains eventually ended up depleted, right? You got to be consistent. Pay attention to that shit. Also, if you want to get jacked, start figuring out what are your strengths and weaknesses at the beginning, I think. Because I think what happens with a lot of people is, say you got strong tries or nice size tries. People want bigger buys, so they'll start working out buys, right? I get it, but you're not getting the results that you wanted. Move forward, start hitting those tries, okay? Same with maybe chest and back. Maybe you're getting more results on your chest, you're not getting a lot on your back. Keep hitting your chest. Keep moving forward. You will eventually, I think, catch up. Now, there's definitely going to be parts of your body genetically that are just overpower the other ones. For instance, my tries dwarf my buys. My quads destroy my hams. I'm just using for example, okay? So no matter how hard I tried to improve on those, they never kept up with my other body parts. But that did not mean they didn't improve. But back to getting jacked, just get in there, kick it in the ass, keep working out, learn, again, different types of workouts, kind of follow other people's kind of workout routines that seem to have similar genetics to you, to at least kind of get a feel for it. But I mean, eat too. And this is something that I just don't think most men realize when it comes to getting jacked or getting built, I should say, and building mass. It's the eating. You're probably not gaining a lot of mass, regardless if you work out or not, or what you do physically, is because you're not eating enough food. You gotta eat, man. Eat more than you've probably ever ate. That doesn't mean eat all shit. That doesn't mean being obsessed on a diet that's unrealistic or something that you can't afford, or a diet that you can't keep up with as well. These are all things you have to think about. Also, sleep, rest. When I started to get my best, I guess you could say, growth spurts, or whatever you want to call them, is when I was getting a lot more rest. And I was also even taking naps, because I think I was working out so hard, it almost like I needed more rest in between my days. And also I'm eating a lot more food, so that kind of slowed me down. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to get jacked again, you don't have to necessarily work out inside of a gym. I would recommend it, because there's obviously other gyms that are outside, or you could do boot camps or whatever the hell it is. But if you don't have those type of places, I guess you could say, I would definitely consider joining your gym. And if you really want to get nuts, I love independent gyms. I especially like, I'm older now, but I liked power lifting, I guess you could say, or hardcore kind of gyms I used to grow up with a lot, where it was built, the gym, around building mass, lifting weights. A lot of it, the foundation was around chest, deadlifts, squats, things in that nature. I just actually went to one in, where was it, in Midland, I think, Texas. And I sometimes visit other CrossFit type of gyms as well that have a lot of different things with weights as well. It's not as commercialized like an LA Fitness, say, or even a 24-Hour Fitness, or a Lifetime or Planet. Not that they're bad. I love all those gyms. But if you really want to start getting a little crazy, building some mass and getting there or getting in somewhere where it's just hardcore lifting, sweating your ass off. I used to work out in a gym in Orlando, Florida called Orange Avenue Gym. I think it was the oldest gym in the country. It was the first one ever built. It didn't even have an air conditioner or a water fountain. You just went in there and there were animals lifting weights. When you get around people that are just about strength, power, mass, it's a whole different vibe. I'd say one of the last places too I was at was in Alaska. I went there and it was whack. I stayed for a few days there in Anchorage, but I was going to this hardcore gym and I was like, holy shit, I forgot what this is about. This is legit. Edmonton too had some really hardcore, cool gyms. Just dudes that were in there to get nuts, build mass, build strength, and it just has a whole different atmosphere to it. So if you're really thinking about getting jacked, getting big, go all in, man. Get in there, kick it in the ass. Don't kind of fluff it off or kind of go in the gym and not hit a lot of, say, free weights, kind of hitting more equipment with, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, start really, really getting into it. Like I said at the beginning, shut up and lift. I can assure you, again, regardless what your genetics are, you keep lifting heavy weights, you keep doing, you're consistent, and you eat, you're going to put mass on. It worked for me, and I think it works for almost everyone I know. But again, just be aware that you don't almost start exceeding. How do I say this? Sometimes make sure you're getting the right results, because I think I even went through a period, and I will wrap it up with this, where I was consuming a lot of food, say 4,000 to 5,000 calories. I was also lifting a lot of heavy weights, but at the end I was starting to gain more fat, I guess you could say, and instead of helping me, it hurt me. And before you know it, instead of building all this mass and strength, which I did, that mass and strength started, I was getting short of breath. I started to feel very winded and I just felt very unhealthy. So when you are getting jacked or you want to get bigger, you also want to have some, a healthier lifestyle, and please do not get injured. Be very aware of this. A lot of guys at the beginning, they're all gung-ho, or after a few months, 3 to 6 months, you're starting to see these huge gains. And, you may even be taking supplements or taking something else. Whatever the case may be very aware of the injury component. I think no matter who you are, most likely, if you're going to lift heavy weights and you want to get jacked, you're going to probably come across some injuries. You are not going to go unscathed. That I could assure you, most likely. Not everyone, but almost everyone I know that has been lifting weights heavy or had been doing it for long periods of times, they have, they're going to have their ups and downs with it. So you may have to fight through that and also learn how to go into that goddamn pain zone when working out too, if you truly want to get like results that maybe you never thought you'd receive, or just beyond what everybody else is. A lot of guys can go out, lift heavy weights or lift weights and have a really nice, cool physique, and I get it. But if you really want to get jacked, really start taking things to the next level, really building some mass that maybe, that is, I guess, to the next level or a much higher level than what other people are doing, just shut the hell up and work out. Kick it in the ass and just get in there, start learning. You're going to start seeing what results you're getting and what's not working. I always talk about it. It's not just seeing what's working for you, it's about what's not working for you as well. You need to pay attention. Don't get caught up in these routines that sometimes, you may get gains at the beginning and then it may go stagnant, or you may be doing things you're not getting any gains whatsoever. All right, pay attention to all these things, all right? Check out some of my other videos. I talk a lot about weightlifting and weight training and many different things regarding fitness that may be able to help you. But yeah, shut the hell up and get to the gym, like I keep saying. If you want, you can check out my podcast, The Rich CELENZA Show. I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You want to know more about who I am richcelenza.com. I have a program where I help men master their self-confidence, masteringselfconfidence.com. And I'm also trying to help men live a really incredible life affordably. So if you're interested in any of those things, please leave a comment. Hit me up with any questions, because I love helping people, especially young people. I think I'm pretty brutally honest when going through many things, kind of like this video as well. But don't sell yourself short. I'm telling you, if you want to get jacked, you may not realize this, but you probably have a lot of potential. You may not even realize the genetics that you truly have. Just people sell themselves short all the time. And you may see videos and stuff like, hey, this person never worked out and they're running a marathon. That can be you, man. You may have never thought you had muscle mass, or you never thought you could be big or strong. And after like a year or two, you'd be shocked at what you could really evolve, what you can evolve into. I was like that. I talk about I was 135 pounds. Finally, I just started to start getting some momentum going between like 17, 18, 19, and before you know it, I was 220 pounds. If I never kept working out, I probably would have been like 135, 150 pounds maybe throughout my life. But by me working out and kicking it in the ass, I finally found, I guess you could say, my true potential. And I'm sure if you want to, you could find it as well. All right, take care, and if you get a chance, subscribe.